So if you haven't seen Godfather 3, which, I mean, why would you? But
So can I bring that up?
yeah, go ahead. Dude, we spoiled The Sopranos. We spoiled a bunch of fucking
I
other
couldn't bring
shit.
up Pete Townsend, but I could bring up this. All right, guys.
Because one has to deal with way darker shit.
Anyways,
One's a movie.
The other one is one relationship is consensual.
Anyways, Andy Garcia, right? Andy Garcia.
Good actor, actually. I really
We get
like
Andy Garcia,
10 out of 10.
and we get
Sofia
Coppola's
Coppola?
daughter. Yeah, Sofia Coppola.
She is very pretty, though. I really...
So in the movie, she wants to sleep with her cousin, and that's a lot of the
They
movie.
do.
Oh yeah,
they do.
They do.
And she knows that's her cousin, and doesn't.
It's not
care.
even like a thing to where she's like, "Oh my god, you're my cousin." She's like, "Oh my god, you're my cousin."
like she has that moment like, "Whoa, what are you doing there, step bro?"
She gets herself stuck in the washer.
yeah.
She was like, "What the hell are you doing in the washer?" She's like, "Can you call the cousin over?" Fuck, I don't care.
Andy Garcia, get your ass in there.
Andy
He doesn't even
Garcia.
say the character's name. He says the actor's name.
He's like, "Andy." She's ovulating, Andy. No.
Oh my god,
Okay.
Devil's Advocate reference.
It's a completely different movie.
Yeah.
Oh, we found out like a
He was
week
like-
ago the director of Blood In, Blood Out is the guy that did Devil's Advocate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Didn't know that.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I love Blood In, Blood Out.
Never seen it.
It's
And
really
he's
good.
like, my father's laughing his sick, twisted fucking ass off. Of me."
So Godfather 3, I would like to hear
Oh yeah,
your,
we forgot though too.
your
Sorry
ratings.
to cut you off. But the reason why her and Andy Garcia are related is because that's James Caan's son.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Apparently.
He's supposed to be the next in line.
Anyways, me and Austin, we watched Coda thinking this is going to be the best version. Coppola did this and it still sucked.
Yeah, it was recut.
It didn't do much.
It was like, this is the way
It was
Coppola
re-nutted.
really wanted you to see it. And we're like, oh, so the other versions are versions that Coppola didn't want you to see? Okay, well, let's see what he wants to show us. And then we watched them and we're like, yeah, this is still bad.
It was re-nutted, if you will.
It was
Yeah.
re-nutted, if you will.
All over the place. Honestly,
there wasn't a dry nut in the house.
the ending of Coda made no sense because why is it called the death of Michael? But he doesn't
He
even
lives
die.
does
only
die.
in that cut.
Yeah.
It's
No, he
so
dies
fuck-
at the end.
No, he doesn't.
I
He
thought he
dies in
He
the
dies
original.
in the actual theatrical.
Yeah,
Oh,
in the
okay.
in the new cut, it just cuts it just fades out, which makes no sense. Is it like the death of his like family, or is it the death of his like ego? I don't know.
I don't know. You know, I've always felt like he didn't ever want to marry the woman he wanted having kids with. that he
Yeah,
only married.
Kay.
Yeah, he only married her because his Italian wife died.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's a good point. 'cause-
Apollonia?
Yeah, Apollonia. But
Not part of 6.
Oh, okay. So apparently I rated Godfather Part 3 2.5 stars.
is that good or bad?
That means I was like, this is so boring. It's so mediocre.
Remember that scene where he's
The
like,
moments it was really bad, it was bad.
was a
The
sad
moments
scene.
it was good, it was okay. But the majority of it's just
You
boring.
really did feel for Michael in like part 1.
I kind of felt for him in 3 that in that way where like he really didn't want to be with Kay. He's literally only with her because she was the last option.
Yeah, exactly. Because he didn't have any. He just felt like he didn't have a choice.
Yeah, because I think he did fall in love with Apollonia, and he
Oh,
was
he
just
did.
fucking pissed off when she died.
He felt like there was no other woman like her, and that's when he's like, I guess I'm with you now. You know, it's that. But it was a loveless marriage, and that's why he was always burying himself in his work, and then.
And then Kay always saw it too.
Yeah, like she knew that he didn't love her,
Yeah.
and that
Because he did it in the first movie, but by the time of the second, it was already kind of
And
falling off.
in the second movie, she knew, and she was like, "Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just abort the child because it's just gonna benefit him more, not me."
Yeah.
And you know, that's the nail in the coffin.
You know, it's so funny too, because when you think about Godfather 1 of how like Vito didn't want Michael to get into the life, and then he does in 2 by making one of the hardest decisions ever.
You know, the thing is that Michael kind of felt stuck. It felt like he was like obligated to do all of this, like to be with Kay, to be the head of the family, because Michael just wanted to be a military guy and just be his own man and let Sonny take care of the family.
But Sonny wanted to kill it himself.
Sonny was just a fucking hothead.
Yeah.
Like he just couldn't contain himself. Like that's why he got himself killed.
Yeah.
And because he wasn't cool and collected like his dad.
Yeah.
Like his.
Or like Michael.
Like Michael.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, it's sad but true that Michael was probably the only option for the family to have him.
It's also funny too, because when you think about like how good that is, you think about like when you see those parts in Godfather 3, it just reminds you how good 1 and 2 actually really are.
Yeah.
That's why I rated it like
Dude,
so in the middle, is because I'm like, there's moments of brilliance here, but then it just sucks.
I didn't like the scene where they had that massacre, like all the people.
Oh, with all the bosses?
Dude, it just felt so out of place.
I didn't like. I understood the idea of the part I wasn't all the big fan of was at least in Coda, where they were trying to focus on Michael's religious aspects.
Yeah.
Of trying to find God and something, which it does make sense.
Trying to find some peace before he goes out.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, but my God, is it drag in that movie.
Oh yeah, it does. In fact, it's almost like you get bored real fast with it.
You really do.
And it's just like the where all the bosses get shot and killed. It's like, man, this feels like a fucking Schwarzenegger movie.
I will say though, with Coda, I do like the ending of it a little bit better. I do think it's more tragic that his daughter dies.
Yeah.
At the hand.
Doesn't she die in the theatrical?
She does.
No, I thought he dies in that one.
No. She
No,
does
they
die.
both die.
They both die, but in the theatrical, he dies. But in the recut, he doesn't. I guess die.
Literally in the recut, if you remember, the final scene is just him sitting in a chair,
Yeah.
playing with the dog.
Yeah.
In the theatrical,
But he has a heart attack.
in the
at end.
theatrical,
Yeah.
he's playing with the dog and then he keels over.
He just falls off the chair and dies.
In the Coda version, he's playing with the dog and then it just cuts.
Yeah, it just fades out.
It
Like
cuts right before he
and, like,
falls over.
I don't know what Coppola was trying to do with that. Like he's like forever alone, but regardless, he's gonna die alone. So why not just show it? You know, I mean the scene where his daughter does die, that was probably the best scene in the movie because you can just feel the anguish that he's going through, but that doesn't really save the movie. It is great though.
It doesn't, but it does make, I guess, the mess that is Godfather 3 okay. I guess towards the end it makes a little more sense.
That's why it was just like in the middle for me.
Because
it does have those moments.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a thing like, because of his judgment calls, this is why this happened.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. That's because everything he did in 1 and 2 led up to that moment. You know.
Yeah.
That he was trying so desperately to protect his family, but he couldn't after all.